A lot of permanent residents ask this question: is it safe for me to travel outside the United States right now and come back without any problems? The honest answer, the one many people don't talk about enough, is that traveling outside the United States as a green card holder recently can come with risks when it's time for you to return. And in this video, I want to explain it to you very clearly. Just the real things you should understand before you leave the States right now. When you hold a green card, officially known as lawful permanent resident status, it means the United States government has given you permission to live and work permanently in the country. Here's something many people misunderstand. A green card holder is not the same as a US citizen. That means when you leave the country and come back, you still have to go through immigration inspection with officers from US Customs and Border Protection. The officer may ask questions like, where did you travel? How long were you outside the country? What was the purpose of your trip? This process may take just a few minutes, but recently, secondary inspections can rise unexpectedly where officers become stricter just to simply verify information. Now, this is one of the most serious issues that green card holders should understand. If you have certain criminal records, traveling outside the United States can create problems when you try to return. Immigration officers may review your background when you arrive, and if the crime falls into certain categories, officers may refer your case to authorities connected with US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the ICE agents. Some types of offenses that could raise concerns include drug-related offenses, fraud or financial crimes, certain violent crimes, repeat criminal offenses. Now, let me also say something very important here, because as a travel ambassador, I always try to be honest and balanced when tackling the travel systems of any country around the world. The truth is, the immigration system in the United States exists for a reason. The country was built on immigration, but it was also built on the idea that people entering or living in the country should have a clear and well-documented status. So when immigration officers ask questions at the airport or review travel documents, it's not always about trying to make travel difficult for people. In many cases, it's simply about making sure the system is working the way it's supposed to. Many people still remember the tragic events of September 11th, popularly known as 9/11 attacks. That moment changed the way many countries around the world think about border security and international travel. Since then, agencies like US Customs and Border Protection and US Immigration and Customs Enforcement have had a major responsibility, protecting the country while still allowing lawful travelers to move in and out of the United States. So when you see security checks at airports or immigration inspections at the border, part of that process exists to keep the country safe. At the same time, travelers and permanent residents also need to understand their rights, their responsibilities, and the rules that come with international travel. The goal is not to create fear about traveling. The goal is simply to help people stay informed, prepared, and aware of how the system works when they leave and return to the United States. Now, listen carefully. This does not automatically mean every green card holder with a past issue will be denied entry, but it does mean your case could receive extra scrutiny, and in some situations, you may be asked to speak with immigration officials or even appear before an immigration judge. On the other hand, many immigration attorneys have been advising permanent residents with criminal history to consult a lawyer before traveling internationally. If you're new here, I'm Shedi Ede, a travel ambassador and entrepreneur. I'm a best-selling author of travel guides, published and distributed through our global book publishing and distribution network. Over the years, I've explored all 50 US states and more than 40 countries around the world. And those experiences are exactly what shape the work we do today. I'm the founder and CEO of World Tour Guide, a travel media agency dedicated to helping you travel smarter and better. We create educational travel content and articles, partner with travel companies to bring you the best travel deals, and publish premium travel guides which we print and ship to readers across the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Europe, and beyond. All of our travel guides are available through our global bookstore on our website, and when you visit our website, you'll get more value. You'll download our free travelers template directly from any of the articles on our blog. So don't leave without liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Remember to follow our social media platforms, because you can never imagine the travel and tourism value packed for you across our travel media outlets. Another thing that sometimes causes trouble is staying outside the United States for too long. A green card means you are a permanent resident of the United States. So if immigration officers see that you've been living outside the country for long periods, they may ask questions. Generally speaking, trips under 6 months rarely cause problems. Trips over 6 months may lead to additional questioning. Trips over 1 year can create serious issues unless you obtain a special travel document called a re-entry permit. The concern immigration offices may have is whether someone abandoned their permanent residence. So if you plan to travel for long periods, it's wise to understand the rules first. When you return to the United States, security checks may also include questions about items you are bringing into the country. Officers from US Customs and Border Protection may inspect luggage or ask about things like large amounts of cash, agricultural products, certain foods, restricted items. This is normal and happens to travelers from all over the world. The key thing is to be honest and cooperative. Immigration policies sometimes change depending on the administration or national security concerns. That's why some permanent residents feel nervous about traveling during uncertain times. While most green card holders return without problems, immigration experts often recommend staying informed about travel rules before leaving the country. Checking official government travel guidance can help you avoid surprises when you return. If you are a green card holder planning an international trip, make sure you carry the proper documents. These usually include your valid passport from your country of citizenship, your permanent resident card, green card, any additional travel documents if required. Keeping copies of important documents can also be helpful in case anything gets lost. Here's another simple but important tip. When you are traveling abroad, always try to avoid situations that could create legal trouble. Even small legal issues in another country can sometimes complicate your return process. So the best approach is simple. Travel responsibly, follow local laws, and keep your documentation safe. If you've not subscribed to this channel by now, I honestly don't know what you're waiting for. Just like this video and click the subscription button, let's explore the world together. There are a few situations where permanent residents may want to think more carefully before traveling. For example, if you recently had legal issues, if you are in the middle of immigration proceedings, if you have stayed outside the US for very long periods before, if your green card is close to expiring, in these cases, getting professional advice before traveling can be a very smart step. Now, I want to balance this conversation with something positive. Before traveling, make sure your green card is valid. Avoid long trips outside the United States if possible. Check whether you have any unresolved legal matters. Carry all required travel documents. Stay informed about travel rules before your trip. These simple steps can make your journey much easier when you plan to return. So I ask again, is it safe for green card holders to travel outside the United States? For most people, the answer is yes. But it's important to remember that based on what is going on in the United States right now, returning may attract security. Understanding the rules, staying prepared, and being aware of potential risks, especially if you have criminal records or long absences, can help you avoid problems. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more travel guidance we'll release here very soon. Now tell us in the comments, have you recently traveled outside the United States as a green card holder? What was your experience?